So Karan, this is Anil here.
Yeah, Anil.
Uh, will there, can we see how it works in a Citrix environment? How do we do that?
See, Citrix environment, that's what I mean. I'm still not able to get those environment. I cannot share my official laptop. That's the problem.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can take some screenshot or anything that I can share with you, but I will see. That's the only problem. But
So when comparing these RPA tools in the market, right?
mhm.
So is there any specific tool which is very good with you know Citrix kind of environments?
No, nothing like that. I mean, Blue Prism is more than sufficient for the Citrix. Only thing is we are not very mature in Citrix. Like no, none of the product is very mature in Citrix. So that's why even if we get any process in Citrix automation, let's say if I got any process through Citrix automation, so usually we find some way that we don't rely on Citrix automation, and then instead of that we use some other things. Like let's say recently I was working on one of the process where uh, I need to work on revoking the access of one of the application, like for employee sets, and that was there in Citrix. Then instead of that, what we did, like it was running fine one time, and then once you run in different environment, OCR was not good, and all this issue was, we were facing the issue. So what we did, like instead of that, we found there was a way like we can execute some database script from the backend, and I mean through this Blue Prism, and then we can revoke the access. So I mean, I'm just giving the example. So this is the case till now. But then if there is if you feel that it depends from the project to project. If project feel that it's good, we can do it. But hardly in my project I have seen, like my LOB 5% hardly Citrix automation they're trying to use.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if you go for an interview, or even in the first level of a certification, they don't ask a Citrix automation or surface automation. So there is next level of examination which happen once you clear your basic examination, the first level examination of Blue Prism, which you can only write after 6 months. In that only you get topic from surface automation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Vinod.
Karan.
So yeah, yeah, Anil, you're asking
Yeah,
something.
this is
No,
the
I'm just.
exception which. Hello.
Yeah, Vinod. Yeah, Vinod. Just press OK.
Hello.
Yeah, Vinod. I'm able to hear
Yeah. I just tried writing two individual numbers, and it's not showing any errors here. Yeah. I used some multi-calculation and I assigned values in the similar way like earlier, and I looped it based on grade 1 collection.
you. Mm-hmm.
And when I run it, it's showing
So which you are looping on grade 1 or
grade 1 on grade 1.
okay. So but the thing is target see, the target collection has no current row. So you're not able to write in the current row. So the target collection has, you're not able to access the current row of the target collection. That's the thing. So here what you have to do, you have to get the value.
Okay.
Okay, you have to get the value from the first collection. So let's say initial value, just go to the initial value. in the grade 1 itself.
Initial. Yeah, okay.
Go to initial value.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's in English.
Yeah. So, and then click OK.
Yeah.
And then here what you can do, so here, so there is two option. I mean, there is one thing is append rows to collection, right? So whatever you are getting in from one collection, you can append that same row to the other collection. So when you will
Okay.
start with, you will start from loop start one, okay, and then you will use one of the action called append rows to collection. So the first row will get appended, and then keep on, it will keep on moving.
So we cannot use multi then, right? We
Yeah,
just
right. Because here it's not able to, I mean, it is fetching the value, but at the same time, because you are looping on the first collection, grade 1, right?
yeah, yeah,
Now you
yeah.
are taking the value, but here you are not saying to, there is no reference of grade 2 here because it is still not there on grade 2, and then you are saying that you're trying to access its field, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the challenge. That's the problem happening here. See, so not add row. So you have to say, you have to use utility collection. There is two collection object. One is collection, and then one is utility collection.
I can only see
Go,
collections.
then maybe you have not imported. I have already given you the all the VBO. Maybe if you can import it, then you will able to see the values here. So I can show you if you can just give me the. I'll just make myself presenter. I'll show you.
Yeah, I stopped sharing my screen.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's say if I have one action here, and here you have collection, utility collection manipulation. So there is a utility object, utility collection manipulation, and then here you have add rows to. So here you have add rows to collection. So here you have add rows to collection, where it is. So the main collection is your grade, let's say grade 2. This is the where you wanted to append the value, and your collection from where you wanted to append the value is grade 1, and then output will be your grade 2 where you will be having the entire values. So this is how from one collection you can append the value to the other collection. So you don't have to use a multi calculation stage for that. Here what is happening, you are looping in grade 1, but then you are taking the value of one of the field from grade 1 and directly passing to field of the grade 2, but you have not initiated the grade 2 collection. I mean, how it will know that you are trying to first activate the grade 2 collection. So that's the problem here they're happening. So instead of that, you can directly
Okay.
use this particular action here, append rows to collection. You can I have shared the objects with you. Just import the objects from here, go to
Yeah,
file
sure.
and import it, and then you will have access to all those objects. So
Yeah, okay.
that's how you can play about it. So other than this, see, I have one of the process. This is what they have built in Nokia. So it's a big process, and a lot of objects has been used. So see this process, whenever this process is start, when you start this process, all these variables, some of the variables has been made global variables. So how you combine all the variable into single tile, and then how you make some variable as like environment variable, and so all these things. Then you can group the variables like how we did here. So you can group the so that person know that someone is looking to your process. By looking itself, he can should understand what you have created. It should look very simple and very organized process. So see, this person, what he did, like started the process, and it is going and calling this particular page get files. So if you go here, get files, so every action that you are going to take, so basically you should uh, try to you know make it more simple. So it should be divided into separate pages. So let's say if we are executing any action in get file, we should have it separate. So that's what, like if you see here get file here, what if once it's go to get file, it's trying to see, is basically trying to see if that the particular file exists or not, right? So for that you have an action call. If you go in utility file management, it says that directory as exist. So the name of the directory is this. You define, so you never hard code the values, you always define the value in the variable. So AT&T file he has already defined here, let's say, and then so there are three file: AT&T file, sprint file, and Verizon file. So what is happening here, he defined the directory if exists or not, and then there is output is a flag. If it exists, it will give true. If it not exist, it will give false. So let's say if I'm checking in the particular let's say here, if I'm just going and checking here in this particular folder that text.xls exists or not. So this will be my directory, and then I will just say that go and check here. So that's what this particular action state used to do. And then based on this expression AT&T directory, you say that if it does not exist, then it's throw an exception. Then you deliberately write an exception that directory for AT&T does not exist, and it is a system exception. Then you try to get the file. So once the directory exists, then what you will do, you will get the file. So again, for that you have an action called utility file management get file. So it will automatically get all the file with .xls extension. So let's say you have a scenario where what you have to do, you have to go to some directory, and then you have to see if the file is there or not. So many time what happen, how it will be working, like so you have two application. One application, what see till now what we were doing it, we manually put some file in a particular directory, and we were taking into the system. Now it does not happen in that way. So what happened, like you will be having some network folder where there is a different team, there is a different application who's creating this particular Excel file for you. Okay, so let's say that particular team has created the Excel file, and programmatically they have file transferred to particular network location. Now basically from Blue Prism, you wanted to go there and check if the file exists or not. If the file exists, then you go and check to get the file. So for that you have this action, and then what it will do, it will define the folder path, and then the pattern, like whatever file is, so it is .xls, and then output. So output will be into the collection. So whatever the Excel file that you will read, you will be getting into this collection, AT&T file collection. And same thing, this, I mean, you are doing it for all those Verizon, and same that you are doing for Sprint. And once you have added every file into this collection, okay, So you have three different type of files which is coming. One is for AT&T, one is for Verizon, and one is for Sprint. So first thing that you did is you have tried and get all the file from this particular page and store into a collection. Now the next step is, once you have added those data into collection, you wanted to add them into queue. So for that you have a next page, add files to queue. So once you go in this, you can see what it's try to do first. It will try to count the rows. So in the collection you have a count row action where it can count the total number of row in a particular collection. So in AT&T file, it will generate the output in the count variable, row count, and then you will check if row count is greater than 0, because it might happen the file is empty. Then what you will add into queue. So before adding the file, obviously you wanted to check if the file has some data or not. If file has some data, then go and add to queue. Now while adding to queue, I already told you there is an action called work queue object add to queue. So you can see the same thing here. And this is the queue name, call of VP, what he has created, and then the data that you have stored in AT&T file collection, you will be putting it here. And see the tag. So I've already told you this concept of tag. When you're going to add to queue, you provide some tag name, because what happens, you have three different type of data coming to the queue. One is coming from AT&T, one is from Verizon, and one is from other location. So you want to add with different tags so that you can at least identify that you can filter on this particular tag so that you can send out all this exception or successful result back. Same thing, if it's added, it's go here, it's do for Verizon. If check if the value is greater than 0 or not, and then accordingly do for other queues and end the process. So once it is done, it go and select project. So if you have select project, so here if you see that so once the data has been added to queue, he's trying to then go and perform some operation on the basically on the site or whatever application it is. So it's going and into this particular object. You see like a lot of action has been created in the object. So first is it is trying to see if the particular object, so it's trying to attach first. So it call from object itself, it's calling a different different action called attach. So if it is attach, so in this attach, if you see first thing, we will check if the application is connected or not. So for that, you bring the element and see is connected and check the value in the flag. If the application is connected, so what it mean by application is connected? It means that application is active and it is attached with the object or not. So if you attach to the object, then end it, or then otherwise if not attached, then go and attach it. Attach we have already seen. So you can just provide a title, window title here. In the title here is Nokia, because the particular application was from Nokia, so Nokia is star, and then it will attach the application here. If exception, see how you are handling the exception. So if once you start seeing all this process, right, I mean, you will now yourself able to understand what has been done and how you should now be doing it in order to build a process, because now you have understood all the like all the concept of Blue Prism, and you have already completed some of the consolidation exercises. Now this, see, if the error is there in any of this particular stage, it will throw this exception using the recovery state. It will be cached, and here you will be getting the exception detail in this variable, and then you will be throwing the exception, because sometime what happened, whatever exception it is throwing, you wanted to capture that also, and you wanted to provide some meaningful name to that exception. So for that only you have this exception state where So once you provide this, see, I have written here page not found, and with exception detail. So once you provide this exception detail through this particular uh, exception tag, uh, it will be easy for someone to understand what the problem is there, what was the issue was there. So like that. Then you are clicking on home, and then how you are using the wait stage, you can see uh, how dynamically you can use the wait stage. Clicking on the home page, if the home page is not available, then what you will do. So everything that you do, you have to think about two things: happy path and unhappy path. If there is happy path, well and good. What if even if you're clicking something, if there is an unhappy path, what you will do? Because you don't want your process to fail in any case, you have to catch the exception and end the process, so that you can have at least something in your work queue to again work on, right? So that's what you have to see. Happy path, first you build your process using happy path, and then you keep adding a unhappy scenario where you see that process can fail. Like you are launching some application, if the launch page does not work, what you will do? If if you're trying to clicking on something, if the click did not work, what happened? Like, so all those things you have to capture. Same thing here, you are trying to use resume stage, and then you are selecting the project. So see, I mean, first you are attaching. So again, you see every action that you see, you first try to see if it is already attached or not. If it's already attached, then there is some drop down. It's trying to check if that exists or not. If that exists, then it's trying to activate the application first. And then it's trying to get the current value from some label and do all the operation that it wanted to do. See here, it what is trying to do here, check project, right? Check project. If like even in case of if it's failing, how you can handle it using some of those things. Like here it is saying that try +1, it's incrementing it and again going and check for the wait stage. If it's not again able to select the project, so till how many times? Till 4 times, because try is less than equal to 5, and it might have initialized the value of try with 0. So 4 times it will go and check, it will keep on incrementing and then come out if it's not work. See here how you are also handling the exception. So in case of any issue in any of this object, so whatever you have captured here, it will finally bubble up to your main process here, and then you catch the exception, and then what you do, basically you try to see if it is a business exception. If no, then you say system exception. If it is a business exception, then uh, there is exception count counter variable you applied initiated by 0, and then you keep incrementing it every time 1, and you check here if exception count is less than 3. If it's less than 3, then go and again try it. If it's not less than 3, then raise a business exception. So how you can efficiently handle this exceptions, how you can retry it, all this you have to see, because sometimes you will get some scenario like once you log in into application, even if sometime login fails, right, at least you have to try only 2 times, because third time your password will get locked. So you will have the scenario to work only on 2 times. So there you just provide exception count less than 2, like that. So and then you are trying to get the next item, right? So the same thing that we have done, like get next item, you provide the queue name and tag filter. So upload and customer check. So here based on this upload and customer check will give you the value of the tag filter, whatever we have assigned. So, and based on that, if it will be, see if item ID is exist or not equal to blank. If not equal to blank, then it will go and do the processing, choose file, upload file, ID and name, uploaded or not. So basically this, by this process, what it's doing is trying to grab the file from one location and is uploading in some other location. So if it is uploaded, yes, then good, come back and then work on the next item. If it's not uploaded, then what is doing? Upload retry less than 3. So upload retry, there is a variable that has been assigned. If it's less than equal to 3, so first time obviously if it's less than equal to 3, it will go again and perform all the operation. Again not uploaded, keep on doing it unless that it will mark exception, and then add, then it will, what it will do, it will add the row to one of the collection. So there will be a failed collection. So that's how you can see, I mean, how efficiently it has been worked on. And then customer check is equal to 3. Then it's trying to attach preparation. So it wanted to send some email to customer. So there's attachment preparation for email. It will go in this process and then try to count the row of the collection. Row count is 0. Then there is a business object collection to HTML table, and then here it is assigning whatever the output collection is. So that's how it's trying to send the email. So there are a lot of I mean pages here. I would say that go and try to at least look into it. It will give you a very fair idea, like how efficiently you can work on it. I mean, because all these cases that you will find will be most similar to what we work on an everyday basis in organization, and this is the same how we used to handle exception and you know try all this best development best practices for building the processes. Same thing that you have seen in the BP. And this is a very good example. Then when you will practice it, I will also share the solution file of it. Where in case of if you have any doubt, you can refer that particular PDF. So it will provide you the idea, like what you can do in case if this not works. What all options are there? Once you try from your end, it will give you good understanding of it. So how you're going to populate the queue, and then based on how you kind of working on it, the create queue option is there. So return, so here all this, I mean every scenario is there, like if you select on one way, then you have to black out the other part. I mean the return date is, see, this is trying to say length of the trim return date is greater than 0. Based on that, it is saying that if it is not, then go, otherwise select one way. So all these logics are there that's been built, and then it's based on that it's creating the queue quotes. And see the retry logic again here, how it has been worked on. Marking as
So
complete,
Karan,
marking an item as exception.
this all things that it has been designed, the requirements were given in a very defined format, or they are looking at the functional document, they will design this, right?
Yeah, so I have shared with you from PDD, right?
Yes.
Yeah, PDD. So there is two main document, I will say. Although they mention that there are a lot of document, but there is two. So whenever business analysts start working on it, so business analyst sole responsibility is to create process definition document. Okay, so process definition document, he will try to capture each and every scenarios with his steps, with his screenshots. All your screenshot will be there and all these things will be there. And then you will start building the solution design document. So you won't go on and start working on your project right away. Then you'll start working on your solution designing document, where you have to understand how many processes you need, how many objects that you will be creating, what all exceptions that you have to build, you know, all those things. How many queues that you will be creating, how many robo will be required. You will be also calculating average processing time. So you should know like because you have to know like how many robo IDs will be required to process your uh, applications, how many VMs will be there, all these things. Lot of things are there. You have to first get the sign off from your system uh, like technical architect. Once
And
that is done, you can work on
this
the process.
this process is one bot will able to do this, this whole process in which we are showing on Nokia. It
See, that's what I mean. Still, you have some misconception. So when we talk about process, right? Process is just a process. So when you add this process into queue, right? In work queue. So in
okay,
work, yeah. So from work queue, the bot will take that particular process and whichever process is there, it will work on.
yeah, it will check the utilization, and then if it's required, then we'll add one more bot.
Right, exactly. So there is a calculation mechanism. You have to see like how many utilization is there, what is the percentage utilization, and if you see there is a risk percentage utilization is more, then you have to add one more bot.
Got it.
Yeah.
You'll be sharing this file, right, Karan?
Yeah, yeah. I will share. I will share all this file with you. I will share even the solution document for the other BP release that I have created.
Okay,
So
great.
go through it. Yeah, go through it, and it will give you fair idea. I mean, what all that you will be using, and the concept is same. Everything is same. Just that how you are using it in more efficient ways is the matter.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah. And then what we will do, like officially today is no almost over, and what we will do, I mean, give yourself some time, and then we'll connect through email. So sometime we'll find whenever you'll have some more doubt, we'll connect together with everyone who were part of the batch, and then we will take some session on doubt clearance. Okay.
Okay, Karan. Karan,
Yeah.
can get this code, whatever you are showing
Yeah.
for reference. Okay.
Yeah. This is the code, right? This is the entire process that is being built for the Nokia process.
Yeah, that one, can you share with me?
Yeah, that's what I told. I'll share everything, whatever I have. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one last thing, Karan, I have one question here. So
Yeah.
this process, let's say for we created a process in a single page, uh, we are dragging and dropping those stages. Uh, but is there a way that there is the backend is a what program is that? I just wanted to understand. It's a shell script and .NET you said, right?
Yeah, it's a C# code that in backend that gets generated, but you cannot see the code here. I mean, it's like it's nothing you can configure. That's what you are asking, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking if we can go look at the code and uh, modify if something is not
No,
working through
no,
stages.
no. There's nothing like that. Most of the thing has been already been taken care through this particular stages and the actions that has been built as part of the objects.
Okay.
And if you need any help in the object, right, how you have to refer. You just go and click on the documentation. You can
Yes.
there they have defined everything. I mean, just you can go there and read. You will get to know.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Aruna, do you have any doubt? Charan, Lakshman?
No, Karan.
Okay. Yeah, Lakshman, like I would say, like, practice this, whatever I am sharing. Go through it, step by step. Watch my videos and the PDF files, read the PDF files, and then practice. I mean, that's all you can do. And I think it is more than enough to at least, by doing all this, I can pretty much assure that at least minimum you can say that, you are 1 year of experience in Blue Prism. Aruna, you are good?
Karan,
Hey, Venkatesh.
Karan, for that is for exam. Okay, so you have any mock exam details or sample question papers like that? You have anything?
I have one sample question paper, but I'm not sure if that is the latest one. I can share with you. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah,
We have any exams in online? No, right? For this.
online exam, no, Venkatesh. So I have one PDF file I will share with you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, Karan. Thanks.
yeah, I will share with you for sure. Yeah, Aruna. So I mean, just practice, and we'll connect if you have any doubt further. That's fine. So anything else, guys? That you have still any apprehension or any doubt? I know once you practice, you'll understand. You'll get more thing, and there will be more doubts, and then I think that will be the we can see, we can find some time, and then we can connect. Anil, you are saying something?
No, I was just about to say that once we practice, we will get to know what things,
Right,
especially.
exactly. That's what. And you can pretty much automate any web application, anything. Go to any site, try automating it. You know already the concept that we have gone through. Try to get data, right? Do build something from your end, like how if someone is manually working, what all things will be happening, and then how you can automate that thing. So in that way, you'll see, like where you are facing some problem and what issue you are coming across.
So, Karan, do you have any document or something which says what is the life cycle of the RPA process? How what happens in each stage like that? I know there are a lot of articles in the net, but if you have something defined,
So
that
life cycle, can you be more on elaborate, like what you mean by life cycle?
means, as you said, like we'll have a discovery phase, then we'll have a solution phase, and a go live phase, right? For example, for any process, once it is identified, let's say there's an automation opportunity is identified, then they develop a process document, they just hand it out to the RPA developers where they create the
Exactly.
solution.
Yeah, pretty much whatever you have told, right? This is what is going to happen. But yeah, what I will say, and I should be having one of the document from Blue Prism, which is say life cycle discovery. I'm not sure if all this thing has been covered there, but I will share that document with you. But pretty much
Yeah.
the thing will remain same, Anil. That what you just told. I mean, you go to discovery phase, and then once you have pretty much find it out if the opportunity is there for automation, then the project get onboarded, right? And then the BSA assigned to the project, he is particularly start working with the application team. So let's say today I'm the application owner and I am doing manual things, right? So I would be the best person to tell that BSA, like these all things I'm doing, sometime I try to log in and it get log out automatically. My password get expired, and all these thing, and where system can fail. What password I use. I mean, whatever we want to automate, he will be telling it, and then business analyst will try to document everything in process definition document, and then once he's done, he will share the document with your team,
Thanks, Karan.
development team.
So
Yeah,
anything you have, you just share. That's fine. Thank you.
yeah. And there is two more document. One is process PDI and ODI. One is process definition, like all the process that you have created, you'll be defining there in that Excel sheet, which you call process PDI, and ODI is object definition. So all the objects that you are going to create, you will be defining in that ODI. And I will also share the document, whatever I have. Anything else, guys? So yeah, I will share everything, whatever I have told you, like I'll share, and then yeah, just practice and go through it. And then what we'll do, like we'll find some time where everyone will be convenient to join, and then maybe we will take some session for doubt clearance, and then we can clear whatever doubt you will have. Okay, sometime later when you get comfortable with the practice thing.
Sure, Karan.
Yeah. All right, guys. Then all the best, and we'll be in touch through email, and yeah, all the best.
Thanks, Karan.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you, Karan.
Chalo, bye.
Bye bye.